craziness into the works, and we are off.
Right, let's see what we're start getting a sanctuary start and a Link's house start, and we have just 20 rupees in the sanctuary and a bug net in Link's house. So the way Randomizer works is that all the enemies in the world are completely different. As you see, there's a Helmasaur right outside Hyrule Castle. This actually throws a couple of things differently into logic. Our runners may be able to clear Eastern Palace today without the bow. It is an all dungeon seed, so whatever happens, they are going to need that bow for getting through Palace of Darkness. But it does throw some things a little differently into logic, and we've got power gloves from the uncle in the Castle of Sears. That is a great find to get early.
That's an outstanding opening. Opens up a lot. Opens up the back, easy access to the back of escape, and just is going to make early game routing much simpler.
Bombs in the Thieves' hideout in the Lost Woods, so Kakariko's didn't pose too much problems today. We've got a flopping fish over in the Lost Woods. Unfortunately, we cannot bring that all the way to the bottle fender to get some sweet cash for giving out that fish. Oh, look at those rollers bags down there by the fortune teller's hut. He's Julloninja's going to take a safe route and get to
good thought right there to jump into the bushes and have the bushes protected. We had a map check, I believe, on Jullo's side. We have green pendant desert and blue pendant Hera alongside a regular crystal over in Eastern.
Right, so we're probably going to be looking at a pretty early Eastern clear. They do not need, unless we get vanilla Igors, they are not going to need the bow to clear Eastern. All they will need is the lamp, and these two runners are good. They can probably get through the Eastern Palace Dark Rooms without the lamp, either way.
While true, there is no guarantee that they will be able to actually beat the boss that they beat. At least not with the current set of equipment, because not only are enemies shuffled, bosses in the boss rooms are shuffled. You could see a Trinex back there, an Argus back there. Even something like a Vitreous can give you a lot of problems if you're not equipped for it. So and Alexhax is going to do the thing with the fish and see what prizes he can get from the bottle vendor.
A lot of cash on a full magic refill. Not bad. We've got a fighter sword in the bottom of the world in Kakariko. That is good to have early on, especially with all the many different enemies that could be facing off in inopportune locations.
Bottle vendor selling bombs at a bit of a premium from the bomb shop.
Double the price for 30% of the bombs. Oh, that is a lot of cards in the chicken hut.
We interrupted their poker game again. This is the bad sign. Fortunately, he's got the sword to try and fend them off, and he will.
And we're not going to be lifting up that pot to see what the other chicken in the hut has transformed into today. Oh, we've got a mushroom in the back of a chicken hut. Early fetch quest, anyone? Yeah, that sword and the blue mail in the bottom of the world are going to come in seriously useful today. They've only got, well, Alexhax picks up a 4th heart container from the series, and Julloninja has not picked that up yet, so he's still in a bit of a dangerous spot.
Although 3 hearts blue mail, it's still blue mail. It's a much better start than you would normally get. So you know he's probably feeling pretty good despite still being on 3 hearts.
There was a shield up in the library. We don't think we'll be getting that today. Ooh, there's half magic at the race game, but Julloninja is deciding to skip out on that. I would take that half magic, especially.
I was going to say, that's an interesting skip. I know it's normal, and I know you're going to get the swords, but, you know, and maybe he'll just keep that in mind and come back to it with Village of Outcast in the mirror if we get that far.
Oh, we've got Lionels in the grasslands today in South Hyrule. We're going to get out of the dam check first, and hopefully not get bodied by anything that might be lurking outside the dam. Just a rogue firebar might get in the way today. Marjovic in chat is kind of disappointed we didn't get Lionels in the chicken hut. That is a possibility. We have got Lionels outside in the highwall, but they are much easier to dodge than inside the chicken hut. Just 20 rupees from Nippon, and we'll see what the chest inside has. More rupees. Alexhax is not taking the save and crit after seeing that half magic on the racing game. He's going to go get it. I think that's a good play.
Question in chat: where was the power glove? The power glove is on the uncle. So when Jullo gets to escape, he'll get that pretty quickly.
Oh, we've got a guard from the bus. Is this even randomized?
Fortunately, not a second one. That might have played into Jullo's decision to not do this yet, because of what can pop up, what can pop up in bushes. So, but Alexhax is able to survive, get to have magic, and move on in the scene.
In the back of Mini Moldor, we have a lot of cash, a heart container, more cash, 10 hours, and more cash. Nothing much, nothing in progression today in Mini Moldor. That's unusual. You know, Alex is going to go check out the back of Escape with that power glove.
Now, Julloninja is probably going to make his way to Ice Rod Cave. I do not predict a fake flipper from here, simply because fake flippering in Randomizer is far more dangerous. Oh, there's the hammer.
Oh!
Hello.
That is putting Alexhax quite a good advantage right now. He's got the power glove, and he's got the hammer for even more offensive capability. Luckily, outside the Ice Rock Cave, we don't have the usual annoying crabs that do 2 hearts of damage if we're in green mail. Our runners today are in blue mail, so they are only going to take, I believe, 1.5 hearts of damage. But, oh, we've got the flute in the back of Ice Rock Cave.
That's a very interesting location for that, because one of the little routing tricks a lot of runners like to do is to wait for the flute to get down there to cut the trip down. So having the flute there kind of short circuits that. Let's see if Alexhax makes the trip over there.
Jullo is immediately going to go over and activate that flute, and I saw a Hinox up there. As mentioned earlier, not only does Randomizer shuffle all the enemies around in the seed, it also shuffles the bosses around. So we may end up with vanilla Almos Knights in the Eastern Palace. We may end up with a Trinex. We may also end up with Trinex in 3 other dungeons. So, the goose is loose, as some people would like to say, and we'll see where Jullo decides to take that flute now. Oh, he's running around a bit. No, he gets picked up by the duck. He's immediately going to do a mushroom check at the Witcher shop. Very good, convenient time to do it.
That's a really interesting decision, all things considered. A lot of people like to hold that mushroom just in case Magic Bat, just in case powder is really, really late. But he's going to take that 20 and move on.
Yeah, Alexhax picks up his hoard of cash in the back of Mini Moldor, and we might get an early Sora play, considering the amount of rupees I have so far. You know, Julloninja is going to proceed up to the Hyrule Castle, and he's going to get that power glove and heart container in the sewers, and then probably proceed into the rest of Escape and see what kind of items he can get there.
Right, meanwhile, Alex up here going to pick up his flute, pick up that little 50-50 bomb there, and let's see. We'll be pretty much even very, very shortly.
Yeah, these runners have gone in different directions to start with in the seed, but they are pretty much coming together neck and neck right now. There's no real advantage to any of them right now. We'll see where Alexhax decides to go first after activating this flute, whilst Jullo is proceeding into the castle escape.
I mean, Death Mountain's open but not really attractive because there's only one item in logic up there at the moment. Let's see. The desert area only has a Gina, but you get info on the desert ledge. So let's see. Sahajrala's open. So we still have a decent list of options.
In a non-enemizer seed, I'd be thinking about doing a fake flipper and doing a little bit of sequence breaking to check out the waterfall cave and the hobo and the Zora area, but that is especially dangerous in enemizer. If you're using fake flipper, any bit of damage that you take whilst using the fake flipper is going to outright kill you in one shot. And Lionels are pretty notorious for sitting in the water and strafing all around you and peppering you with their fireballs just to get that one shot in on you.
Yep, Lionels, those little exploding Octoroks, those little bomb droppers you find in the Dark World. There's all sorts of nastiness.
We're going to get a quick look at the desert ledge, just a single rupee there. So that's going to probably put them off going into desert when they do find that book, or possibly the Titan Smiths, the Moon Pearl, and the Mirror. But we are going to get that isolated check over in Agina's cave. Escaping from Hyrule Castle has proved pretty light on the enemy so far, but we find nothing of much use down there. Jullo is going to go and use the graveyard to get into the back of Escape now, and he may go check the isolated chest in the dark area too. I believe that was a map in the front of Escape, and I'm not sure if the compass was in the back here, so if you don't find that compass, there could be an item still lurking in the dark section of Escape.
Yeah, Hyrule Castle doesn't have a compass, it's just a map and a small key. So if we have the map, then yeah, the dark chest is definitely going to have something. The question is, does he want to brave Dark Escape when you don't know what you're going to find in there? And the answer is going to be no.
So Alexhax is going to fight past the spikes to try and get to Sahasrara. He is mostly surrounded by enemies. This is going to prove a little dangerous considering what could be here, but we just find a fish outside. We know Desert Palace is the green pendant today, so he is not going to check Salashashka and find out where it is. Oh, we've got the Titan Smiths in the back of Salashashka's hut. We could be seeing some early plays into the Misery Maya area here. I have seen the Moon Pearl in Checkerboard Cave before, and that is in logic now.
It's in logic when we get the mirror, so it's nice to have the Titan Mitts. It's nice to have the Titan Mitts, but they don't do anything at this very moment. We're going to need another piece of the puzzle to see where the seed wants us to go, and Alexhax is hoping to find that piece in Eastern Palace.
With Julloninja right behind him. Oh, we've got an Igor right outside Eastern Palace. That's not a good sign. If we end up with a vanilla Igor in the last two rooms before where Amos Knight would normally be, we may still be bow-locked here. And I wouldn't fancy getting through those dark rooms in Enemizer either without the lamp. You don't know what you find in there. Ooh, that Lionel is... we've got Lionels everywhere today so far.
Yeah, that's quite a spot for it. Our tracker Mento's bringing up that the good news about the way Randomizer is currently set up is you will not be forced to kill anything that you can't kill normally with the sword and bombs. So red Igors will not show up in that room in the back of Eastern, or in the bow side of pod, the GT, the foreign GT are not going to be forced either. So it does open the castles up a little bit.
Alexhax getting bodied by all the red guards in the east side of Eastern Palace here.
And Jullo able to get out of there a little nicer using a pot to whack the thing in the head.
Those two Stealth Boss and the Tentacled Beast there are almost vanilla. And the fun thing about this room, the Stealth Boss in here are always going to be vanilla too.
Right, something about the spawn locations or the way they spawn, I guess means that they can't be randomized in anything else.
Julloninja manages to get only 2 Stealth Boss spawning in that room, so that allows him to catch up a bit more. And I just missed what was in hint out. A unique item is in the Hype Cave. You've already had the mushroom, so get your hypes ready for Hype Cave later.
So Jullo is not going to brave the Eastern Dark Rooms. We're going to see, well, we're not going to see what Alex runs into. We're just going to watch his hearts and hope that he makes it.
It depends on the enemies we find back there. Some will be visible and others not. And today we've got an entirely dark room. This could be scary. I can hear bats in there. Not too threatening.
Jullo will try Dark Old Man, which is an interesting decision here.
Yeah, we've got a couple of anti-fairies in the Death Mountain Cave, and luckily those are completely visible, so we can pretty much dodge them. I believe they were just stuck in a wall. Alexhax does manage to get through those dark rooms without much issue. That is going to work well for him. And on the anti-fairy spot, we just have a single Armos, which he gets off the switch, and we just find a heart container there. So nothing much in Eastern today.
And a heart piece off the Old Man. So we're running pretty low on options here. We're down to Spectacle Rock and Zora in Logic because Alex checked the Gina.
Indeed, those are our last 2 checks left, and Alex is going to go for the... oh, he's going to hand in his mushroom first. He does have enough money for Zora, so he may loop that in right afterwards.
Alex is also in a position to do a hard reset when he finds out this is just going to be 20 rupees.
Julloninja just decides to go into Spectacle Rock without checking. It's a play you see much more often in version 30 of the Link to the Past Randomizer with that hint out there. And we have a Moon Pearl inside Spectacle Rock. That gets our progress up. We have Dark World access now.
So question in chat, how does Randomizer work with bosses? There are, on the website, there are multiple options. The option that is being used in the tournament is called Chaos Shuffle, where any boss room within like technical limitations can have any boss any number of times. So we can have a seed with like 4 Vitrii and 3 Trinex and 3 Arguses or something. There are other shuffling options on the website, but Chaos is the one this tournament is using.
Some of the trickiest bosses that may end up in different locations would be, for example, Skullwoods with the spike belts there, and sometimes the conveyor belts are moving in there, sometimes not. I'm not sure what changes them. I have seen the conveyor belts moving when Blind was in there once. If we need to dip down into the basement of Ganon's Tower and fight Ice Armors, we might not get Ice Armors there. We may get Trinex there. Trinex being particularly nasty there. And I think that was a shovel in the back of Hype Cave, so very, very little hype today.
The man at the front did have a cape for us, though. So that's actually going to be a pair of fetch quest, and the cape is a pretty decent decent protection, especially here with half magic. Well, Jullo didn't get half magic, but when Alex gets it, it'll be really good protection for him.
Yeah, he's going to make the play straight into Hype Cave as well. They know there's a unique item in there, thanks to that hint out. So Jullo is proceeding into the West Dark World. He may loop north to Skullwoods or go to the Pits of Outcasts, and he's making the Skullwoods play. Right, what? Well, that's a lot of spikes in the front of Skullwoods. Even more spikes in this room. So I think those are the static ones.
Yeah, those should be fine. This actually should be. This bomb jump is a little easier with no mold orbs in the way. Let's see if Jullo tries it since he picked up the big key first. And he didn't get it. So he'll try again.
Alex is going to check out the South Village of Outcasts route first. He's going to check out the digging game and what's on our friend Stumpy today.
Jullo, it doesn't appear he's getting close enough to the pit in order to get the bomb jump, so he'll continue to route around the skull and see if he even needs it.
We've got some Gyptos in the wrong rooms here.
And a Master Sword at Stumpy.
That is a great find to get an Randomizer. It helps you get through all those annoying enemies with a fair bit more safety. Jullo's going to try out the bomb jump again.
This looks a lot better. He should have it here, and he does.
But those spikes give him a little bit of trouble, and just 300 from the big chest. Was that? How many digs was that in the digging game? I barely saw it.
He got out of there really fast. That must have been like 3? We must not have found anything. Question chat, why is the right screen link looking so different? The randomizer, over the course of its development, has custom sprites. Julloninja is going to play as Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney for the seed, and Alex just used the regular link sprite.
If you're looking to pull off bomb jumps and such in, say, Skullwoods or Ice Palace, having custom sprites with different heights may make it a bit trickier because the runners often like to use their sprites to line up with certain pixels so that they can place themselves for the bomb jump correctly.
Julloninja going to make his way to Bumper Cave to get the ice rod sitting at the top of the ledge. So, can we upgrade Hype Cave? Five out of 10, 6 out of 10.
We've got flippers in the chess game today in the village. And Alexhax is going to proceed into Thievestown. There's quite a lot of enemies in the front here, but nothing too threatening. Oh, that's a War Master jumping down. I was about to say, nothing too threatening in here. You don't want to get grabbed by those War Masters.
Yeah, that's nothing but wall masters and lag. Apparently, there's a pen gator floating around, a couple of beetles. So it's going to be a little hard to move in here for a bit.
Yeah, those sparkles on the pen gate is causing a bit of extra lag in Thievestown. You know, Julloninja is going to be following in Alex's footsteps, and he immediately takes a step in the front, but I think he's just going to be taking a step deliberately to reset his health. He was very low on health going inside.
Yeah, that's very smart heart management there. Just take the death, come back in with 6, and start your dungeon. Big chest or big key on Alex's side, and we're going to look at the 4th chest here in the front half. It's going to be a compass.
So we're proceeding into the back now. Nothing. Whoop. Alex does decide to go get that big 20. He's probably thinking of checking Zora out sometime. That stealth was up there is missing his body. Almost vanilla.
It's weird that the heads have so much more health than the heads combined with the bodies.
So we can see what the Hellray has for us today. Today it's chickens and a rougher transparent thief. This is a very nice chicken, Ray.
This is practically.
Oh,
this is
but,
good lord! Retreat or advance or just get out at any cost.
We won't spend as little time in this room as possible. So the Hellray was a Heaven Ray, and the room behind it was completely hellish. Oh, that is a green ball and chain guard. I've never seen that before. We've got the fire rod in the attic, so we can go back to Skull Woods now and clear that out if we so choose. It is an all dungeon seed, so they're probably going to make that play pretty much immediately.
Question in chat about the item progression. Ice Rod in the Bumper Cave, which Alex will be able to get when he goes up, when he goes north, and Flippers and Chess Game, which Jullo should get shortly after these. So item progression will be even shortly.
Jullo getting bodied a bit by the surprise rollers in the back room. But we're going to proceed into the basement here, and because this is Randomizer, we don't actually need to retreat a maiden. The boss in Blind's room is going to be there no matter what.
Both runners bombing the floor, unaware of that little trick with her, the little Randomizer quirk about the maiden, it appears. But it's minor time sink.
As we see, the maiden is not present, and we've got a lamp in the back of, well, in the basement. So that puts all the dark airs in logic now. Ooh, Alex gets pushed back by that fire bar in the conveyor belt room in Beasttown and goes down the stairs again because of that pushback. He gets around it this time before taking a little bit of damage. So, what's our first boss today? It's Cold Stare, and we can actually beat Cold Stare. We've got the Fire Rod.
This could actually be bad news for Jullo because he's not on full magic right now. And if he doesn't have full magic by the time he gets to the fight, he's going to have to abandon it.
Yep. He did not pick up that half magic that was at the race game earlier in the seed. And Alexhax makes full use of that Fire Rod to get some additional damage in on those Cold Stare puffs from range.
He still can't take a hug from a puff, but he has a little bit of room against the ice. And he's trying to find Cold Stare in this room, working his way around the ice. There's the last hit, and Alexhax is going to take a 1-0 lead at the 28-minute mark.
And that is our first crystal. But Julloninja did not find a magic pickup. He's going to get the bad news in here.
Oh, the real bad news is Jullo found the magic pickup and didn't pick it up at the bottom of the room just now.
Oh!
Oh, and Jullo. Well, hold on a second. Jullo also, instead of dying, well, no, wait, no, you couldn't. You can't die to Cold Stare. He had to quit. So he's gonna put off the chest game and that the rest of the village for a little while. It's gonna be really important to see if he remembers to go back for it.
Meanwhile, we're going to get a puzzle roll too with Jeremiah the blacksmith here. We don't have a mirror to immediately take him to his house, so we may be seeing a bit of the North Dark World from Alexhax, and hopefully he'll pick up that ice rod at Bumper Cave. And we may be seeing the... no, we can't get to the King's Tomb again because we don't have the mirror, so all of that is not available to us yet. We may just be seeing the Bumper Cave with Jeremiah in tow. Just a big 20 in the hammer pegs today. Alex chooses to save and quit rather than make his way north to Bumper Cave.
Yeah, Alex might be looking to put off North Dark World until a little bit later. Although, or he could go ahead and do it after dropping the Smith off.
Yeah, we don't actually know if we'll need the ice rod today. We could end up with 0 Trinexes in the in all of the dungeons, but that's not a risk I would fancy taking rather. Jullo, meanwhile, is going to proceed into the back of Skullwoods with that fire rod in tow. We don't need the fire rods to kill Morphlia as such. We may not even find Morphlia there, but we do need it to actually clear the doorway and get into the back. Alexhax, meanwhile, is going to do his other escort quest. It's a bit easier with a lamp, but we knew from Jullo's side that there was nothing particularly dangerous in the Death Mountain cave today. Ooh, Jullo gets grabbed by the Wallmaster. That puts him back about half a minute. Well, about 10 or 15 seconds to get over to that doorway again. He wisely chooses to pick up that magic pot. He doesn't want to run out of magic again for a spot where he may need it.
No, he can't. No, he can't really afford a repeat of Thieves Town.
Ooh, Alexhax actually misses getting picked up by the duck there. The stealth was got in the way a bit. Looks like he's going to make the same play as Jullo and get into the back of Skullwoods.
So our tracker Mentos Man 8 being on top of the menus as well as the items, noting that Alex was able to pick up the other red crystal in the back of Thieves. So we now have that little bit of information as well. Still no map check for either player in the Dark World.
Yeah, we're missing a little bit of information about those pendants and crystals. This isn't all dungeon seed, so oh my, what is that Moldorm doing?
So this is also an Randomizer exclusive. Moldorm and the conveyors do not get along, and it kind of makes him sad.
And we did get the boots from Moldorm, so back of Skullwoods is pretty lucrative today. Alex gets bodied by those spikes in the big key chest room. He bomb jumps off. Oh, gets pushed by the spike into the pit again. He gets a bomb jump, but he gets forced down there again.
So boots are a great find for Jullo. That's gonna make that's gonna open up a couple of checks with the Bonk Rocks and the King's Tomb. Alex, you can't bomb jump on one. Oh, you can with Blue Mail. You can bomb jump.
Yeah,
but
he
once.
wisely decides to get out the cape this time.
Yeah, there's use of the cape, and he's gonna death warp back to the door. Yeah, that rooms just get a little weirder in Randomizer. You don't know how they're gonna react to you or how you're gonna react to them.
So it looks like Jullo is going to go back and do his Village of Outcasts checks, and then probably go and take on Cold Stack again with a full complement of magic this time. He gets his flippers from the chess game. I'm not coming in useful yet, but we're going to have to dip into Swamp Palace at some point in the siege, so the splippers are necessary.
So the boss at Thieves Town is really easy to access. Just make your way right to the door of the back, straight up the hallway, and he'll be right there waiting for you.
Takes a hit from the Fireball Abbey, but he does pick up the single heart there. Cold Stare, even in Blue Mail, is still pretty deadly. That's what happened there. The Julloninja only used the partial bit of his magic to break that ice cube around Cold Stare.
Yeah, that's one of the NMG tricks that players sometimes try to use on Cold Stare, where if you fire the Fire Rod and a Sword Beam, and they hit Cold Stare at the same time, the Fire Rod has like splash damage that allows you to get multiple hits on the shell. So if you do it, if you theoretically do it perfectly, you can possibly only use 4 Fire Rod shots to crack open the shell.
Fascinating. I should check out more NMG runs. Jullo gets down one of the Cold Stare puffs, but he's getting low on health. He doesn't want to take any more hugs. That's 2 puffs down. Alexhax is going to confront Moldor. Just a big 20 from Cold Stare, obviously you saw already. And aside from that conveyor belt there, this is probably one of the friendliest Moldorms you'll ever see in Randomizer. Fun fact about Moldorm in Randomizer, the amount of eyes he can have is also randomized. I've seen Moldorms with 8 eyes before, which is pretty horrifying to see.
So there's going to be our map check. It is a blue pendant ice. That completes the puzzle as far as crystals and pendants for us.
So our runners are pretty much even again. The only thing separating them right now is the ice rod from Bumper Cave. We don't know if we'll need it yet. He has got the cape out almost ready, so, and is, rather than taking the save and crit, is making his usual way out of Skullwood. So he's going to go over and check that Bumper Cave and get that ice rod. The stranded bunny there is not pleased about Alex claiming the 3 hearts from him. You jerk. Jullo, meanwhile, is going to do the race game and then probably pick up the blacksmith. It's checks we already saw from Alexhax.
And Jullo's going to get his 3rd sword. After the problems in Cold Stare, Jullo did take a trip to the Mire Shed and got a 2nd one. So Stumpy's going to have Tempered for him. Question chat, where was Half Magic? Half Magic was on the race game south of Kakariko, and Jullo decided not to go for it.
Yeah, that's allowed Alexhax to get the kill immediately on Cold Stare and put Julloninja back a bit. So again, aside from that Tempered Sword, which isn't strictly progression, the runners are neck and neck. We're going to get a catfish check from Alexhax. Quite a bit more inconvenient because we can't just go to the Zora area with those flippers and check out all the items. We don't have the mirror yet. We are going to need that mirror sometime to get into Swamp Palace.
We have the Butter Sword though, and we found all 4. King's Tomb is going to have the last one for Alex when he gets around to it.
So what does our grumpy fish decide to throw at us today? 10 hours. Bit of a time waste for Alexhax. So it looks like Julloninja is going to be doing a lumberjack check. We are going to have to kill Aghanim 1 today. This isn't all dungeon seed, so we may want to be making this Aghanim 1 play almost immediately because he does have the boots to check out that, get the lumberjack item if necessary. But it's only 3 bombs today.
Right, and meanwhile, Alex, with real flippers in hand, not at risk of dying in one hit, is going to make these flipper checks, Waterfall, Hobo, and Zora and the like. Looks like Jullo's going to take that lamp to Eastern and see what he can get off the Armos there.
Yeah, it's with that lamp, it's much easier for him to get through the dark rooms now. No risk of getting killed by any nasty enemies that may be lurking there, unseen, but deadly. But we know from Alexhax's side that he went through those dark rooms earlier, and there wasn't anything really threatening in there. I didn't see what was in there aside from actually hearing some bats flying around, but he didn't have much problem with getting through those dark rooms.
Well, he didn't have trouble getting through the first set over to the big key chest, but Alex didn't try. Alex didn't try for the boss, and so that half could definitely be more dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies in that back room. We want to be seeing them with the lamp to not have an unnecessary death before the Amos Knights, or what may be the Amos Knights. $20 rupees on the Zora ledge.
Yeah, time to talk to our other grumpy fish and see what he's going to have for us.
Strangely tailless Moldorm in the water there. We've got a turtle in the first dark room of Eastern Palace and a vanilla tentacled beast thing. Oh, some crows in the other room. Not bats. So Alexhax is I forget the name for those creatures. I know they're called Cucumans when you use a powder on them, but I forget their name before you use powder and give them those funny googly eyes. But getting bodied a bit by that green thing in the ray.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna call them like fuzzy pickles. Do not touch what's that Yoshi's Island meme? Don't or touch pickle, get fuzzy, or something like that.
Touch fuzzy, get dizzy.
Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. That's the one. Yeah. Do not touch the fuzzies.
Didn't look like there was anything particularly threatening in that other dark room in Eastern Palace, so Jullo is going to go and finish it. But we'll see if we actually can finish it. It might be. We might need the hookshot if it's Argus in there. We do have the Fire Rod and Ice Rod, so in case of accidental Trinex, we can beat Trinex now.
Yeah, really, the only thing that can annoy Jullo here is going to be an Argus. Although that Hinox isn't exactly nice to find.
We've got vanilla armors today. We can't use the bow to get a quick kill, but the butter sword is going to go through them like the proverbial hot knife through butter.
Right, not the quickest fight, but it could be a lot slower than this. So just take your wax, take them out, and take your other 5-6 crystal.
I think the worst armor snipes I saw in Randomizer was with no other items than the boomerang. You can kill armor snipes with a boomerang. It takes forever to do so. So Alex has his butter sword, and he's one crystal down now, though. He hasn't gone and cleared out Eastern Palace because he didn't have the lamp the first time he went inside. And he's actually going to make the play into Palace of Darkness first.
I like this idea, because if you do get lucky to find the mirror in pod, you make your routing much easier, and are able to double them up. Jullo's going to double them up the I guess you could say the normal way, and not try and chance finding the mirror.
They've got to get especially lucky in here, though. If they don't find the boat, they cannot actually go and kill the boss. So this could be a forced double dip.
Very easily, yes. So as both runners pay Kiki the Extortionist, we are 45 minutes into a very competitive match here in Group E. Julloninja fighting for his tournament life, and if you want to follow both of our runners as they progress, we're gonna put those links in chat. Follow them at twitch.tv/Alexhax, and twitch.tv/Julloninja. Or twitch.tv/Alexhax96. There we go.
So our runners are just a couple of rooms away from each other. Just one crystal giving Jullo the advantage right now.
Yeah, pod doesn't appear to be bow locked, with finding 2 small keys here in these first couple of chests. So that's good news for the prospects of progression in here.
And they don't have any bottles in hand, so they cannot use the bottle glitch to get over to the Burlock side either. The only trick that would get them over to that Burlock side at this point would be an extremely difficult hover.
Well, but that's the thing about Randomizer, you don't need to. Jullo's just going to run through here and just kill whatever he finds.
Very true. Some of the spikes in this room got a little bit larger.
Which is bad for them, because I think that means they got stuck in the wall. Small key here. Jullo getting a little messed around with a mini Moldorm. Is going to find 3 bombs on the other side and work his way through to the rest of pod.
That was interesting. He used the bootstraps to bonk himself over to that platform, but the platform thought he was jumping off it, and he did a jump southwards instead. Ooh, that's a mean stealth. And their spikes are getting in the way too.
That should work, though. Unless, wait. No, I think that would have worked. Had he stayed there, the bomb would have exploded and the switches would have pulled. Either way, this is a really tough room to try and get this to work in. And Alex is down to 1/2 hearts here.
Oh, gets blocked by the crystals. That is a nasty combination of spikes if you're going to use the bombs to get to the back there. I would consider just going to the left, looping your way around, and using one of the 2 rods to activate that crystal instead.
Oh, he keeps leaving the screen and the bomb doesn't explode. Yeah, he's going to have to try something else. And he's out of bombs now.
He's just taking the deliberate death now to refill his health. Whilst Julloninja is getting into the back part. So we're going to find a small key down in the dark basement here and be able to use that to get into... Oh, that's a lot of high noxes.
Uh-oh. Yeah, be really careful going through here. Yeah,
there's
that
our
should,
small
yeah,
key.
2 small keys, so that's good news. The 2 small keys, you use one in the dark maze. The harmless hellway is going to be key for key. Or no, actually no, he already opened that door. So yeah, use one in the dark maze and one on Helma. And we should be good after that.
Alexhax, meanwhile, is actually going to try and use the hammer jump to get over, but he's struggling a bit. And he decides to just forego it and do the usual checks back here and pick up his keys.
Julloninja, 51 minutes in, has our first bottle of the seed. So it's possible Sick Kid could be locking our progression.
Jullo, meanwhile, takes a death warp to get back to the front of pod, and he can't clear anything else in here. He doesn't have the bow. Oh, actually, he's proceeding back in. Did he miss a couple of chests?
I think he tried to skip Vanilla Big Key, and the problem is that had the Vanilla Big Key, or not. I'll check his menu real quick and see what he has. No, he has the big key. Where?
Oh, Alex takes a death in the dark maze. He didn't get the big chest or the other chest in the dark maze. He doesn't want to leave those behind. He's going back in. Like you said, that bottle may be necessary for our progression.
Yeah, so Jullo's about to have a very, very unfortunate realization that the wall's not going to move when you say open sesame.
He gets into the back room and immediately realizes his mistake.
So that was an adventurous pod for both runners that didn't really pay out for either, at least not yet. Helmasaur is going to be holding something, but that's kind of that was pod. Let's see what else. Let's see where our runners both go after this.
Alex takes the save and crit. He remembers about the Igor statue requiring the bow. First, we're going to have a look at the dig spot.
Our tracker bringing up a very good point here. Ice Phallus is wide open. You might theoretically need the hook shot to get around, but if you're adept with bomb jumps, you can get everything in there. And it's all dungeons, so there's really no risk to doing pendant ice.
Oh, we've got a mirror from the sick kid today.
Oh, that is quite big. That is a really, really good thing to find.
Yeah, Alex didn't clear out the front of Escape yet, so if he wanted to clear out Agatara in the same go, he doesn't have that mirror to make it a bit more efficient. Julloninja, meanwhile, is going to proceed up towards the top of Death Mountain. He's probably going to clear out Tower of Hera whilst we're here. And then with that hammer and check out the east side too.
Yep, you got Mir to get to the top, Hammer to get to the east, Mist to get to the dark side. It's a treasure trove up here. We actually still need a pretty decent amount of items, I think, to get through the rest of the seat. We're going to need at least 1, maybe 2 medallions. The cane, the bow, the hook shot, all still outstanding. So we've got a lot to find still. So hopefully Death Mountain will help us out in our quest.
Some cash is in Misery Mire. Not a particularly useful hint today. Now, Jullo does have that big key, so he's just going to proceed straight to the top here and leave the basement for later. We don't have the small key to get in the back of it. It'll be in either the chest up here or Moldorm. Or what may be Moldorm. Could find Argus up here. Actually, no, we can't find Argus up here. Because this is a larger boss room, we have a limited set of bosses we can get in this room. One of them being Argus, because Argus requires walls to bounce off of when he's flying around in the second phase.
I want to say we got both items already. We got 3 bombs at the bottom, and I want to say, and whatever 20. I think that was 20 rupees right there in the first chest. So we don't even need to worry about the basement or the big chest. And Jullo's going to come straight to the top of Hera and find Mothula. Who is a piece of cake without his friends, the Spikes.
Yeah, with Battle Sword or the Fire Rod for backup poses no difficulty whatsoever. Alexhax, meanwhile, is going to go pick up his mirror from the sick kid. So I think this may have been a Palace of Darkness forced double dip. I think mirror is locking most of the rest of our progression, such as the bow.
Oh, for sure. Unless there was something really goofy like bow in ice or something, then yeah, mirror probably is going to unlock the rest of the seed. Although Pyramid Fairy was still open as well.
Alexhax, meanwhile, is using that mirror to immediately check out Checkerboard Cave by Misery Mire, and our tracker, Mentos Man 8, has been doing excellent job so far. He has noted that to get into Mire today, we are going to need Quake. So, whilst Alex is here, he's going to take the Desert Play and clear that out. He's got everything he needs to finish it off. Whilst Julloninja is going to check out the usually quite lucrative Paradox Cave over on East Death Mountain. We were bootstrapped today in Desert Palace. We've got a small key there. Lee Cactor in chat donating a sub to our wonderful tracker Mentos Man. Thank you, Lee Cactor. And that was a hookshot in the back of Desert Palace.
Hookshot in Desert Palace, Quake sitting on Paradox Cave. So let's see. That's going to be great for Alex's movement later on, and it'll open up Hookshot Cave to him when he gets up here to Death Mountain, while Julloninja will isolate that location. Alex finds the second item in Desert. It's going to be 3 bombs, and he's going to grab that big key. Probably, I want to say, let's see. Was the big key on the torch up here?
No, it was a small key.
Oh, so he neared out early and forgot that the big key is in the other room. So he's going to run back, get the big key, then go back up and take out Len Molis.
Meanwhile, we get our last check of the East Death Mountain so far. It's a Super Bunny Cave, and we just find another bee in a bottle up there.
Yeah, there is one more check available. Well, two. The Spike Cave's open, and the first chest in the Hookshot Cave open.
Indeed, and we can also have a quick look at what medallion we need for Toad of Rock today. Bomber's medallion. So, without the hookshot, Julloninja is just going to use the boots to bonk off these, gets bodied a bit by that sand creature in the hookshot cave. And they will spawn infinitely, so he's got to time it correctly. He gets it correctly this time. Just a piece of heart, so whatever else items in hookshot cave, we're going to need to get that hookshot.
And Julloninja looks like he is going to take that Spike Cape check. Cape in hand. So definitely in logic. Just should be pretty easy here. Question in chat about the way bow logic still works. The Randomizer only lays bosses on top of the current seed. So things like the bow still cannot be on the bow side of pod. The Armos Knight's location in Eastern cannot hold the bow, and that's the Cadus Amaria sitting in the Spike Cave.
So that cape was actually blocking quite a few items for us today. We get another cold stay in the back of desert, and it goes down without too much trouble from Alex, claiming his green pendant. Julloninja choosing to pick up some more blue potions from the magic shop here. He didn't pick up that half magic, so his magic expenditure for all of these Randomizer bosses is a little less efficient. Now, with that hookshot in play, Alexhax is actually going to make the dive into Swamp Palace.
This is a very interesting play. A lot of people try to hold Swamp off as long as possible, but it's an all-dungeon seed. You gotta do it anyway. And it looks like he wants to clear as much of the non-Death Mountain locations as he can to make Death Mountain itself easier.
Julloninja is meanwhile going to check out Agina using the mirror from the Maya area. I don't remember anything useful being at Agina at all, so just a little bit of a time sink here. Now, Alexhax has a choice he can make when he goes through Swamp Palace. If he doesn't find the map and compass, he may be spending his own time sink to go over to the left side of Swamp and check out those items there. He's not in go mode yet.
Right, and the boots is on. Oh, thanks, game. We already did that. Anyway, but no, we haven't had a lot of useful hints. I don't think we've had any useful hints, to be completely honest. And so we don't have a left side swamp hint. We don't have a left side mire hint. We only have really that one item in mire is cash.
Technically, we've had some useful hints so far. They've just been entirely redundant because they've only come after the runners have already picked up those items or made those checks. In fact, I think a couple of those hints were logically blocked by the things they were referencing.
There's some arrows as help with the fishes, with the desert hints. Alex took care. Well, Alex took care of both of those. That's actually good info for. That could be good info for Jula because he has not checked either fish yet.
Jillo picks up that hookshot. He's going to finish off the rest of Desert, and we'll see if he makes the same Swamp Palace play, or decides to go into somewhere like Ice Palace instead. With that Craig, he can also get into Misery Mire, and he also has the cane from the top of Death Mountain to clear it out. So he's got a few options available to him now.
Oh, for sure. Mire's a good idea. Mire for Jullo, given his current equipment, is a pretty good idea. If the items fall right for him, he can probably skip half. He can probably skip half of it and just dive straight for Vitreous.
So Alex is going to go and proceed into the back of Swamp Palace first, rather than check out the left side. I don't think he found the big key yet, so he's hoping that the items back here will be the map and compass, or well, not be the map and compass, to ensure they're on left side, and also find the big key, so if he decides to dip back in, he can spend a little less time inside of Swamp.
Right, nothing feels worse than like a max Swamp Palace where the big key is in its vanilla location and you have to walk all the way back to the big chest.
So Julloninja is going to find out that there's another cold stare in here, but he does pick up. He has got some blue potions, so he's not going to run out of magic. He could use the same glitch that he used on a previous cold stare to preserve his magic too. He has got full health for those sword beams.
Very well executed there. Although the ice bumps him off getting the cold stairs at the corner, but this is Buttersword. He should carve right through these guys.
What have we got in Swamp Palace today? Looks like Lambos. So we get 2 bosses down for both of our runners. Julloninja just have that Eastern Palace crystal advantage at the moment, so he's a little bit ahead. He also has the cane from the top of Death Mountain, which Alexhax has not checked out yet.
Alright, cane from Spike Cave and Quake from Paradox are Jullo's current equipment advantages. Although Alex should rectify those pretty quickly. It's a 1-item left side with map and big key still outstanding, and Alex is going to go ahead and pass on it.
He's choosing to flute away. Yep, he's going to make that Death Mountain check now. So we're going to find out what enemies we're going to have to contend with in front of Maya here to get through to the next room. A lot of annoying berries so far, a Stalfos. I think there was one of those black lizard things. A couple of Stalfos and more berries.
Ether would be really, really nice in this room. Ether pretty much deletes those little black shadow things, and I think it's like the quickest kill you can get on a Stalfos too.
I think for the red berries, it's just going to make them split apart into the little berries instead. So before Alex picks up that Quake and Cane of Samaya, he's going to clear out Tower of Hair first, exactly like Jullo, just a little while ago.
Small key in the first chest of Meyer here for Jullo. Gonna work his way to the spike chest. Question chat, do we have any idea where the bow is? Not a clue. No hints, no info, no nothing. Well, we know it can't be on Pyramid Ferry. Well, do we? Yes, we know it can't be on Pyramid Ferry because Eastern Palace is a red crystal. Other than that, we are completely in the dark on the bow.
Right, but you don't need bow to clear out Eastern Palace.
Well, logically, you still do, because the way the Randomizer is currently coded is that it's just placing enemies inside the framework of an already existing seed. So things like Bolocked Armos and the Bollock Cytopod and other things like that still apply to the seed's logic.
There's our big key in its vanilla location, and Jullo is going to go check out the top of Misery Mire and get the... no, he's going back round and he's going to proceed into... Well, he's going to check out that big key chest first. There's a lot of different routes you can take around Mire. So just a small key in the big key chest. Got one more chest over here, and we may either go straight to Vitreous or check out the attic and get the cutscene going.
So there's the cache. That's the first item I believe we've seen in Mire, because we've already got Map Compass Big Key. So it's going to be... Let's see. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and make the dive for Vitreous and hope Vitreous has the second item.
So with the lamp and the cane of Samaria, nothing much in the bottom of Misery Mire is going to pose too much problems. We can see whatever nasty enemies may be lurking here to get in the way of Julloninja. And one of those nasty enemies is a Stealthos, which is pushing him around a bit and makes him miss his Samaria shot. Alexhax making his way towards Paradox Cave. He is going to pick up that cane very shortly.
And he'll give us the information on Hookshot Cave that Jullo was not able to give us. And if something important is there, Jullo's going to take a long time to get back to it.
Well, up until we find that bomb burst, Turtle Rock isn't very appealing at the moment. Once we do find that bomb burst, we can go up to Turtle Rock and clear it out. And with the hookshot now, Julloninja would probably check out the rest of Hookshot Cave on his way to Turtle Rock, assuming he's not in go mode. And we've got another cold stare in the back of Mire, along with a rather glitzy swamp in the back. Chooses to use one of his blue potions because he didn't quite get down the ice cube around cold stare.
Right. Worth noting here that the floor at the top half of the room here is still acid, is still goop. So you have to be really careful when fighting anything in here not to go up there and deplete your own health. It makes blind really annoying because you can't chase him. So Julio's going to get the small key, and there's going to be an item left on the left side of Mire, and he's not... I don't think he's going to go for it.
Nope, he's going to float away. He's either going to go to Swamp next or Ice Palace. Flutes to 4, he gets out his hammer. He's going to go for Swamp first. So Alexhax is making his way to the top of Easter Mountain. He's going to check out what's in the Hookshot Cave here, something we haven't seen all the items in yet. First he's going to have a look at the Turtle Rock and Rock Medallion we need for it, which is Bombers.
Nice timing by Alex to get past the little sand devil guy, hookshotting through his hitbox to get to the rest to that one chest. Nothing
Oh.
so far. Now we gotta worry about. Oh, nice work getting around that Stalfos, but there's nothing here.
So he is floating away. We'll see if he's going to go to Ice Palace next or possibly Misery Mire. I don't see the cane on his tracker. That was in Paradox Cave, wasn't it?
No, that was Spike Cave.
Oh, he's left that behind
So
then.
he's
This is
left
going to
that
hurt him.
behind. Yeah. I mean, Spike Cave is not that hard to get to when you go up the mountain, but he has officially isolated it now.
Yeah, this is going to put Julloninja at a pretty... It's going to extend his lead even more now, leaving that cane behind.
Right, because we're at a point where Kane could easily lock the bow in TR once we find Bombos.
He's going to check out that green pendant first and maybe check out the Eastern Palace and clear it out. There's our bombers. Perhaps that will push him back towards the direction of Spike Cave and Turtle Rock. Nah, he's going to finish Eastern first. We still don't know where that bow is. It may be lurking down Ice Palace at this point. Or possibly Turtle Rock itself. I've seen the bow in Turtle Rock quite a few times lately.
Yeah, I was going to say bows... Like the Turtle Rock is the vanilla dungeon in Rando for the bow and the ice rod. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
I believe there's a clip on Speed Gaming 4 where both the fire rod and the ice rod were found on Laser Bridge in Turtle Rock, with the bow being in the first chest of Turtle Rock previously.
See, that is just evil. Especially putting the fire rod in the very back, because that takes a very, very specific set of keys. So, that's just mean.
So whilst we're seeing these runners retrace the other runners' steps, I would like to remind our viewers that these runners are putting up a extremely good race today. Give them a follow on Twitch. I think this is... they've still got a few games remaining to play, so if you want to see what else they're going to be up to, give them a follow on Twitch and you'll be able to check out their races, even if they're not really streamed here on any of the Speed Gaming channels.
Question in chat. Hold on, I want to clear some up. Oh, question in chat. Why does no one open the chest that Julloninja went past? Because that's the big chest that requires the big key, and most times, runners will not have the big key the first time they go by, or even the second time they go by. It could be on the left side here, or it could be in the back. So it's not that they don't want to. It's just that they can't.
We're going to get a left side check here. I don't think Alex actually looked at this his first time through. So there's the map on the left side, which we didn't see the first time. And there's the vanilla big key. So I think that's going to put the... Did we find the compass previously? Because if not, that's going to put the compass in the big chest.
No, the compass is in the back, so this is an item. So...
The last Armor's Knight gets red and angry and refills all his health, but it doesn't take too much more to kill him with the gold sword in hand.
That's going to tie our runners at 6 in the race to 12 dungeons. So we have a very even contest going here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jullo does have the advantage with items. He's got that Cane of Samaya from Spike Cave. Alex left it behind. I hope with that Bobbers from Shadow Sashka, he's going to go back up to Turtle Rock and check Spike Cave on his way. He's floating to 4. We're going to get our first look in Ice Palace, perhaps? No, he's looping round to the left.
Yeah, this is going to be shovel spot, and then maybe flute back to 4 to do Pyramid Fairy. Because to him, the cane can still be at Pyramid Fairy. We know it's not, but he doesn't have that information yet. Question in chat, were those the Ganon's Tower version of the boss Alex just fought? That looked like a bit much with the gold sword. The Armos Knights are uniquely weak to only the bow, and that's both versions. They're the same. They both have the same hit points, 48. So because they're knights, they're really resistant to everything else. So it takes 6 gold slashes to kill any single Armos Knight. So that's just the way they are. It's just a harder fight when you don't have the bow.
Alexhax talking to the bomb vendor today. If he hadn't cleared out the 5 and 6 crystals, the bomb vendor would tell us where we would need to clear dungeons to unlock the big bomb. But he's already done that, so just the bomb vendor gives him his usual prices. Julloninja gets his next crystal from the back of Swamp, and let's see where he goes next. We've got basically Ice Palace and Turtle Rock on the table here. He doesn't have that Bomber's Medallion from Shalasashka yet, so I reckon he's probably going to head over and do Ice Palace. But at the moment he's going north. He's going to do the same Pyramid Fairy check.
Yeah, Ice Palace is a good idea here. After the Pyramid Fairy check, which is going to be a heart piece, and the powder. That's interesting. So that opens up the bat for Alex.
None of our runners have done Aga 1 yet, so they cannot move in the shortcut using the mirror and the Aga 1 portal outside of Hyrule Castle. So they have to take the long way round.
And here we go, Alex to Ice.
Will we find the bow down here? It's our only item left for at least commentator's no mode. Not quite go mode for Alex himself, because again, he needs that Cane of Samaria from Paradox. Well, not Paradox Cave, Spike Cave.
So Ice. So Ice Palace has its own quirks, possibly an Randomizer. The most notable one that you might run into when running Ice Palace Randomizer is that the bomb jump stops working. Something about flying enemies changes the way that you interact with the bomb. So if there's flying enemies in that room or the room next to you, the bomb jump stops working, and you end up having to do Ice Palace the vanilla way. Julloninja going to check the catfish here. If this one doesn't have arrows, he'll know that King Zora does. No, not so lucky.
I think he got the hint earlier about a grumpy fish holding just arrows. Or was it just a fish? Regardless, he gets his arrows, and he's going to go and check out Zora too, because he knows that Zora now is not going to have the arrows. It's going to be a different item.
Right, he's not going to like what he finds because, you know, King Zora's a scam artist, but it's still an item that he's going to check off of his list. Alright, no issues with the bomb jump here, fortunately for Alex.
Yeah, without that bomb jump, and depending on how the Smokies are here in Ice Palace, he might be Samaya locked. He doesn't have that Samaya. But thanks to the bomb jump, we don't need to get all the Smokies to clear out Ice Palace. He can get into the bottom and might find that last Smoky on our local equivalent of Cold Stairs today. We've already seen 3 Cold Stairs. Maybe we'll get a 4th. Or perhaps a Trinex, just to make things a little bit different.
Considering how early the ice rod was, I'm legitimately surprised we haven't seen a Trinex yet. Jullo getting chased back into the warp by that guard, and he's gonna check Hobo, Highley Island, and probably make his way into ice after that. Alex did get the hint for the left side of Swamp Palace, which told him map and big key, which does not allay his concerns, because he knows that there's still going to be one item in the big chest. So it'll be in his mind. Hopefully he won't get the wild hair to go back and check it too early.
And what was going on with the sprites in that previous room? They were glitching out quite significantly.
That room always bugs him. There are just a couple of rooms, like this room, one of the rooms in Ganon, the Hope room in Ganon's Tower with the first 2 chests. They just don't work with the Randomizer entirely. It's odd.
So we've just got 3 bombs in the attic here of Ice Palace.
Yeah, 3 bombs, heart piece on the room below that. So that's 2 pretty quick items.
The Swamp Palace big key and the map is in the western ring of Swamp Palace. Well, if they had gone to Ice Palace first, they would know that. But both of these runners chose to make the Swamp play first.
Question chat, where was Half Magic? Half Magic was on the race game. Julloninja passed it up and has not gone back to get it. And if he's not going to go back now, he's pretty much going to leave it there.
And I think given the keys they've picked up so far, Coldster has our last small key. We actually could be Smile locked in here. Not a problem because Alex pulled off a bomb jump, but interesting to see. Now, are we going to get a 4th scoop of Coldster ice cream in the bottom here, or are we going to get a different boss? It's Argus, so actually they need a hookshot for this. Argus having some very strange palettes today. White and pink. That's basically vanilla and strawberry ice cream Argus. Gets all those Argai down without a problem. Misses the firework shots on the main Argus body to get the crit kill. And down he goes. Not too many problems there. There's our last small key, so we were Samaya locked today.
Now, I don't think Alex went to the iced tea room that Julloninja is going to go to here. So this might be another gamble Alex is making.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like all these items being left behind. That bow could be pretty much anywhere except inside, well, behind Helmasaur in Palace of Darkness. That said, Palace of Darkness is a crystal today, so Bo also cannot be in Ganon's tower, which can happen in the All Dungeon Seed if Palace of Darkness is a pendant.
Well, Alex dodged another bullet. Ice-T had Ether. So that's an item in Ice and an item in Swamp that he's not going to need to go back and check, but they're probably going to weigh on his mind.
And he's going to check out the pedestal, actually. This is unusual, considering the items he's left behind. It's another unique, isolated item check. Wait, he doesn't have the book. Why is he going up here?
It's a blind bullet for us!
Blind pull!
In 3, 2, 1, Alex is going to get... another heart! Ba-ba-da-da!
So we don't have a pet C today. Doesn't waste too much time because it's all dungeons. We need to clear those crystal dungeons, pendant dungeons anyway.
Yeah, we had to do it all anyway, so you might as well pull in and see what you get. So Alex is actually running really, really low on options here. If he feels really, really desperate, he might try the front half of Meyer to not find Kane there. Although we still haven't found the bow yet either, so maybe the bow is there. He's gonna try powder.
And we gave out the mushroom pretty early on in the seed, so we don't have any fake powder shenanigans today with the cane. But only Julloninja would actually be able to pull a fight now, because he's the only one with the Cane of Smire from Spike Cave. It's looking pretty likely that Bo's in Turtle Rock now. So, what is the bat going to curse us with today? The curse of arrow shooting? Curse of rupees? The curse of silver arrows?
We need to talk to the bat about the definition of a curse. Yeah, never a bad find, though. And Alex is going to go ahead and flute to 7, take care of this purple chest. And Spike Cave is gonna start to rise up on his list of locations.
Yeah, ideally for Alex, he's going to go into Spike Cave either before heading into Turtle Rock or right afterwards. He did have a chance earlier. He was at the top of East Death Mountain and could have looped over to the west with the hammer and, well, he does need a hammer, but loop over to the west and go straight in the cave. Well, he would need a hammer for Spike Cave. Never mind me. Where is he going now? He's going back. Is he going back into Swamp?
Maybe south of Grove Cave? But he might... he has the Swamp hint now. He knows that there's an item in the big chest because of the way he was counting. So it's going to be... this will be a time sink for sure.
We've got a Cane Burner in K45 today.
No, the other Cane.
Cane Burner really doesn't help us logically because we've already got the magic cake for those logical checks like Spike Cave. Ooh, he is.
You know what it does do? You know what it does do? It triggers Spike Cave in his mind.
Oh yes.
So he's gonna use the one cane to get the other one, which is huge because now with Bombos in hand, Turtle Rock is gonna be wide open for Alexhax. Question in chat: Samaria is in Spike Cave. You will see it shortly.
There's our cane.
That's got to be Turtle Rock access. So we're gonna save and quit to the mountain. Yes, we're gonna save and quit to the mountain, and make our way over to get the five items plus Mimic Cave. We're pretty much isolated the bow down to that. Although Julia's gonna check graveyard here.
There's Red Mail. So it gets a nice snazzy Mars Edgeworth outfits on Julloninja's side now. He is using the Phoenix Wright sprite today. A excellent set of games, which unfortunately I have not had the opportunity to play myself.
They're DS games, I think. Nintendo DS and 3DS mostly.
I think a couple of them are on iOS too. I do have a 3DS, so I could pick up a couple of the games if I wanted. Anyway, we are going to head into Turtle Rock. We've got that Bombers from, as I remind you, Sahasrara, a check that Julloninja has not made yet, so we can proceed in here. This might give Alex the opportunity to catch up on Julloninja.
Right, it's 8-7 Jullo, but until he gets that Bombo south of Sahasrara, he's kind of going to be stuck.
A unique item is in the series. Yeah, that's an extremely late point to get that hint in a seed. Ooh, that's a nasty chain jump. It plays nicely with Alex today. Doesn't push him off the Samaya platform. And that's a D. We've got our go mode.
Yep, and Alex isn't even going to bother finishing. He's just going to go back down, finish the rest of his dungeons, and go TRG or TR Aga 2 Aga 1 and close out this seed 137-15. Alexhax is in go mode.
And that's the second race I've commentated this week with a bow in the first jet of Turtle Rock.
In the words of one of our better commentators, Philian, it's always Turtle Rock. It's always TR.
So we're going to knock out Palace of Darkness quickly. This all depends now on when Julloninja decides to go to Sahasrara, because he's got to get that Bomber's medallion from Sahasrara, get into front of Turtle Rock, get that bow, and then he'll be able to clear Turtle Rock and Palace of Darkness.
Right, Jullo's Ninja is essentially a trip down to Vitreous, or Julloninja's lead, as far as time goes, is a trip to Vitreous, and it could go away pretty quickly if it's not going to be gone in like the next 3 minutes. Although he's headed that way. Julloninja also doing the thing where he's gonna check Sahasrara. He's gonna get his Bombos. He still can't beat Pod because you have to go up to Turtle Rock to get the bow out of first chest. But Julloninja is now very, very close to go mode.
Yeah, he's heading straight up to Turtle Rock. He's going to be in go mode very shortly. He may choose to spend a little more time taking out the right side of Turtle Rock with the fire rod first, and then get the bow afterwards. And depending on Turtle Rock routing, that may put him back a little bit. We are going to need the big key to get into the where Trinex would be, and a few small keys. But I would still say that Julloninja has a little bit of a time advantage at this point. This could come down to Ganon Tower routing.
Right, Ganj Tower routing. Mire routing is pretty important because we know the big key is in the central hall, and that it's anybody's guess where or at what point Alex is going to get to that particular chest. It's not an obvious God Mire. We're going to get our first look at the boss here at the Palace of Dark, and it's going to be another Argus.
Almost a vanilla Paladin Argus, although he's looking a bit more purple underneath. Julloninja is making his way into Turtle Rock. Let's see where he goes first, and if he decides to clear it first or not. He's going left. He's going to get that bow. Julloninja is now in go mode. Both of our runners are in go mode.
I can already see the question in chat. Why didn't that silver? Someone's going to type it very soon. The arrow did not miss. The poke from the sword overrode the arrow damage. That's why it took. That's why it took a second silver arrow to take it down. But yeah, we have a very, very tight race here. We're not going to really know the time difference until both runners open GT because of the different routes they're going to take. But really, the race is going to hinge on GT routing and how quick Alex finds the big key.
I missed what was in the two chests on the firewall side of Turtle Rock. Was that I think it was a small key and not the big key, is that correct? Ooh, Alex gets poked by the fork of that guard into the pit and has to come back round.
He does a good job of repaying the favor, though.
Alex realizes a black lizard is on the part of the second room of Mystery Mire because the vanilla enemy spawn isn't there, and if you don't see it, it's probably one of these black lizards. But he just missed the view sword side, so he does it initially. What is that bunny sprite for Phoenix Wright? I've seen it before. It looks like Phoenix Wright in some kind of weird outfit.
Jullo finding, I guess, looks like the vanilla big key here. I think that it. I don't remember what the Phoenix Sprite, Bunny Sprite is. But the vanilla big key is going to make routing TR a little longer. He also has no small keys here, so he's probably going to have to check the big chest.
Yeah, he's not choosing to skip that big key chest. It could either be... It could either have the small key he needs, or it could be the chest in the roll of them. We're not going to be checking Mimic Cave, though, because we are in go mode. 3 bombs, so could skip this chest. But it's not a gamble worth making.
No, not when you have no keys and you already know you're gonna need to do laser bridge. So Alex is thinking hard about which direction he wants to go here, but he's gonna try the compass room first, Let's see if he goes cutscene or goes back to the center hall.
In the Samaria maze today, I see a vanilla firebar and not much else. Oh, there's a chain jump. But Julloninja manages to get away from it before it lunges.
Yeah, Jullo was pretty lucky on the timing there that the chain jump was otherwise preoccupied. Alex gonna burn about 30 seconds here doing the cutscene chest. Not good news. Key in the first chest, laser bridge, so Jullo's not gonna investigate any more of that, and he's gonna make his way into Trinex's room and figure out who's taken over the rock today. That's our third bee in a bottle, I think, between the two runners.
I think they've picked up 3 bottles so far. 1 was empty, 2 were bees. I think we've got lamb molars again in the back of Turtle Rock.
1, 2, and 3 silver arrows, and down goes Lanmo. That's going to be dungeon number 9 for Julloninja. Alex still has to work his way back to Vitreous. Jullo has to work his way back to Helmasaur. We are in a pretty tight race here, although Jullo probably has the time advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alex has to clear out all of Turtle Rock still, and that's pretty much clear all of it. We've got to go to the Firewood Block side to get a key, and we've got to go on to Laser Bridge to get another key.
And we have to get the vanilla big key out of the lava room, so there's pretty much no time savings unless you want to be really, really risky and skip the big chest. So we got to remind you here, this is a very important match here in Group E, as 7 and 5 Julloninja taking on 3 and 11 Alexhax. PRD, let me double check the runners here. Yes, PRD Wong and I Am the Schwartz sit at 9 and 5, tied for second place in the group behind 12 and 3 Salty Fry. Jullo has this race and 1 race with each of those 2 competitors. If he wins out, he will take the second spot all for himself. If he does not, he will probably be involved in tie breaks depending on if he loses this one and wins the other 2. There are all sorts of permutations that can happen. But the point is, for Julloninja to continue in this tournament, he needs to keep winning.
Yes, at the very least, he's got to secure 2 wins if he wants to get through to the bracket stages. Alexhax is actually going to go into the rather glitchy swamp in the back of the room, but he's got the gold sword, so the cold stare puffs go down like extremely quickly. Meanwhile, Julloninja is proceeding into the back of Turtle Rock to take on, I believe it was Argus in the back. Once he takes down Argus, we are going to be ascending up to Ganon's Tower. And at that point, we're going to start a little guessing game. Where is the big key in Ganon's Tower? There are 22 chests in the bottom of Ganon's Tower. The big key can be any of them. If you are a subscriber or a supporter to any of the Speed Gaming channels, either you have subscribed or donated 250 bits across the channels, you may be able to join in our guessing game once Julloninja takes down Helmasaur. The first person to guess the correct chest or closest to the correct chest is going to get a spot on our prestigious leaderboard. But that's going to be after Helmasaur, and we're going to have a few minutes to do the guessing game.
Also, the commentary team would like to thank Brewers fan JP for going into the Discord and putting together some great analysis of the groups and their standings. It's been an invaluable resource so far. So thank you for that, and we'll keep up the good work for you.
Some early guesses coming in chat already, and we're going to be starting the big key game as soon as Helm's Hall goes down.
Yeah, that's going to be dungeon number 10 for Julloninja. We're going to go ahead and get it going.
So you've got about another minute to get your guesses in before Julloninja enters Ganon's Tower. We will be stopping the game as soon as he goes inside. And my personal bet for the big key today is going to be on the torch on the left side, but depending on our small keys, we may get a right side clear. If we're feeling particularly adventurous, we may get a full right side clear and see what boss is lurking at Ice Amos.
Yeah, full right and minimizer is if you really want to make a statement, you do that. let's put it that way.
I don't know if Julloninja is feeling ahead or behind at this point. Both of these runners left items behind in very isolated item checks. Alexhax didn't get the Cane of Samaya in Spike Cave for a long time, and Julloninja needed to find the Bombus Medallion from Sahasrara to get himself Turtle Rock access and find that bow. Both of those put those checks off for quite a long time.
1 hour 52:30. Julloninja is going to start his search for the GT Big Key. We're going to stop the game here and start calling chests. First chest is going to be a small key. Second chest is going to be the big key. Oh, we're done. We can stop. We can stop playing the game now.
So we're sending up the gauntlets now with Julloninja. He's got red mail, loads of hearts, gold sword, silver arrows. This isn't going to pose any problems for him. The only possible upgrade he could have that would make this a little bit easier would be the half magic.
Yeah, the half magic that he knows where it is. He didn't care about it, and it cost him some time in the beginning. It cost him with Thieves Town. Cost him some potions. But it doesn't look like it's going to cost him the race.
Yeah, unless we get some unfortunate Ganon deaths or Ganon falls, Julloninja is probably going to be our first place finisher today. He takes a fall in the cannonball room to give himself some invisibility frames for dashing through safely. And we're entering into the hardest part of the gauntlets now. Although the enemies in here are different, there's going to be no beam or statues sliding around those conveyor belts, and we're going to have an easier time clearing our way through this. Unless, of course, we get a beam or statue regardless.
So question in chat, was that jump off the bridge for the iframes? Yes. That's a pretty much free strategy you can use where you just dive off the side and sprint, use the iframe to sprint straight through the Ganon Ball run. And here's our Trinex. Hey, we finally got one. Julloninja making very, very quick work of the two fire and ice heads. Gonna set up for the quick kill here. Hits the spin, his slash, and the slash. Very, very nicely done.
I was wondering when a Trinex would pop up. Better than finding it on the ice armor swim. Trinex on ice is a very, very unappealing prospect.
Kind of unfortunate, more unfortunate luck for Alex that he went into the laser bridge with very low heart, so he decided to try the safety door, which is only unfortunate for him because the key ended up being in the top chest.
Takes a little bit of extra time to avoid possibly despawning the tower. Always a reasonable play to make. You don't want to cut it too fine and run the risk of despawning everything up here, because that may make it getting to Agatu a bit easier, but if Agatu is not there, we cannot finish the dungeon. That usually requires us to mirror out and clear the entire gauntlet again.
Yeah, if you've had a GT despawn happen once, you're gonna remember it, and you're definitely not gonna want it to happen again. Julloninja making his way to Moldorm 2, finds another Mocula. We're gonna carve through this thing with 4 gold sword slashes, easy as you like. No need to check that chest, nothing in there he wants. Meanwhile, Alexhax about 5 minutes behind, gonna go ahead and open GT.
Meanwhile, Julloninja is at Agatu. This looks like a good spot. Oh, just a single there.
He should have got that double, but Aghanim himself phased away. He is going to get a double on that little corner. Alex sees the god GT that's going to work his way all the way up.
And that's
very
another
nice
double.
fight. So Jullo's job not done yet. That's why he has the mirror in hand. He has to go up Aga Tower. He's not going to fall in and be called a dingus, which is good news.
We are clearing out one more dungeon before we can actually get to Ganon. This is all dungeons. Aghanim 1 is required. Luckily, we didn't actually need to get to Aghanim 1 to get access to East Darkworld. We got access to East Darkworld pretty early on with that hammer and the Titan Smiths and the Moonbow. So we can route in Aga 1 at the end and then just immediately take our mirror portal back over to Ganon and finish him off.
Right. Yeah. This is kind of the the ideal end-game route where you don't have to worry about Echo 1 to the very end when you're at max equipment, and he just drops you right back on top of the pyramid to enter the game and fight. This is actually looking like a pretty tame Maga Tower so far. Just shadows, a couple of anti-fairies. Doesn't seem to be much trouble in them here.
That is a very strange color palette in the room before Land Molars 2, but I think it's to do with this rather tropical Trinex in the lurking at Land Molars 2.
Yeah, there are a couple of bosses that like just break color palettes when they show up here in Landmo. Trinex also gives you a preview with those two little paws sticking through the statues. It's pretty funny.
So Julloninja is almost at Agawan, and we can play our other unofficial guessing game here. There's no leaderboard for this one, but how many blue balls is Aghanim going to cast today? This seed has been fairly friendly to them. They have spent a long time clearing because they've had to make a lot of X to Y to Z logical progression, but I think we're going to have 2 blue balls.
We'll just go with the normal 3. There's 1 so far, it looks like.
The first cast he does after the lightning spell is always guaranteed to be a normal projectile, but any of his other casts have a 50% chance to be blue balls. I think that's 3 blue balls.
Yeah, so we're gonna get another lightning cycle. The good news for Jullo in terms of racing is that the Aga patterns are. Boss patterns, where possible, are seeded. So when Alex gets up here, he will also have 3 blue balls to deal with. That is dungeon number 12, 202.55. Jullo's going to drop into the Ganon fight, loaded for bear.
Ganon with the nutrition facts today. Make sure you eat your grains for good digestion.
And your greens. Alexhax working his way through Moldorm 2. He's going to pick up hey, it's the 4th bottle. It's nothing in it, but hey, it's good to have. Chat bringing up a good point. Yeah, not the green grains. Keep your greens and your grains separate.
Julloninja is getting in through Ganon without any problems at all. He's got red mail, loads of hearts, the gold swords. This is a pretty easy fight. And he's even got the silver arrow, so we're not going to be seeing any spin strats here in the last phase.
One of the side gets torches with the lamp. He might take another torch cycle here. Yep, not gonna risk anything here. There is slash number 4, arrow number 4, and the pig is exploding.
And down goes Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for Julloninja, our first place finisher today. We're gonna get you an official SOL time in a second once he goes in the door. Okay, Julloninja finishes with an official SOL time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 39 seconds. GG.
GG to Julloninja. Moves into 8 and 5 on the group. He keeps his bracket hopes alive. And we're gonna get an interview with our winner shortly, and while we also watch Alexhax finish out the scene.
He's making his own descent up Aghanim 1 tower, and due to the native randomizer, Aghanim always has the exact same patterns for both races, so he was also going to get 3 blue balls from Aghanim 1, unless he happens to take an unfortunate death or a mirror, but I don't think that's going to happen. And we get to see the other fun part of Randomizer in the credits for Julloninja. All of the NPCs here and other objects are changed into very, very strange things. I think
I
that's
don't know what that is over with the chest. I don't think I want to talk about that.
Looks like a dancing headless Hinox.
Your uncle goes back to the gym. Very nice. That's a good. I actually hadn't seen credits for the glove on the uncle. That's pretty cool. Do you even lift, Link?
That's how many times do you stir a cauldron made out of chain jumps? And the lumberjacks are giving us a complete freak show today. We're just going to be getting Julloninja into Discord for our interview very shortly. I imagine he's got quite a lot of things to say about this seed. I've got quite a lot of things I want to say about this seed too.
Right, there's definitely a lot of talking points to put together on this seed. It was a 205 given the item locations is pretty darn respectable.
Okay, we've got Julloninja in Discord now. Let's bring him in. GG, how about that race, huh?
It wasn't a bad race, except Sahasrahla actually having something for once.
Yeah, both you and Alexhax had basically one isolated item check to make to put you in go mode. For you, it was Bombo's Medallion from Sahasrahla, and for Alex, it was the Cane of Samaria in Spike Cave.
Yeah, see, I got burned by Spike Cave on my last race, so I decided I should probably check it while I'm at Dark Death Mountain.
I think the key difference here was that when Alex was making his checks up the top of Death Mountain, he was pretty near Spike Cave, but he chose to leave it for later, and that put him, his Cane of Samaria, quite a long way behind yours.
I understand why Spike Cave is usually a giant waste of time.
One thing I'd like to ask, which we saw early on in the seed, you saw half magic at the race game and decided not to grab it. What was your thinking behind that?
Just kind of hoping that there weren't a lot of bosses that required magic.
And unfortunately there were. We ended up with cold stairs everywhere.
Right. Then you see then all the cold stairs show up, and then the whole thing just goes. The whole idea just goes south from there, I guess.
Well, I mean, at least I had sword beams, so it made it bearable. At least it wasn't Trinexes. I can't sword beam those.
No, you did a good job using the sword beam trick to save time where you could. So that actually did work for you.
But the seed was so nice at the start. You got Mitts and Hammer before you found Moon Pearl, so you could go almost anywhere. That sort of just blocked off Death Mountain from you. It's like, no, you can't have anything to go there. I went downhill.
Did Hookshot Cave worry you at all? Because you went up there. You went up there without the hookshot. It's like, oh, It's like I got the mirror. Let's go ahead and take care of all this. And then finding the hookshot in desert was kind of might have been a bit of a facefall moment for you.
It wasn't too worrying because after Sahasrahla, that was going to be my next spot. I was gonna, go to pedestal and then Bombos or Bow wasn't in Maya where I left that one item.
So Alexhax is going to get the torch glitch here. Going to put 2 into Ganon's back. And this should be a swing and an arrow for arrow number 4. The pig is exploding. And we're just going to wait on the bridge.
Down goes Ganon for Alexhax, and assuming he makes it across the bridge, we are going to get a finish time for him and get your GGs in chat for Alexhax. What a great race by these two runners today. And yes, Alexhax finishes in 2 hours, 10 minutes and 51 seconds. GG. We'll see if we can get him in for an interview too.
But yeah, both of you guys having to kind of bounce all over the world and in order to find your different items made for a really competitive race. And it was a lot of fun to watch. So good work both of you on there. We're gonna bring in Alexhax now. Welcome, Alex. Good GG, sir.
GG, hey.
So, how about that Spike Cave with Cane of Samaria?
Oh, well, actually Spike Cave is a location I really don't want to take early because it's like completely out of the way. You can either route east on the mountain and then go left back to Spike Cave, but with that you'd miss out Spiral Cave and have to walk back up and down again. So I thought I'd route it from Tower of Terror and skip Spy Cave, so, well, that wasn't too good. But, yeah, whatever.
I think that was the key thing that sets you and Julloninja apart. Both of you were pretty much neck and neck for most of the race. He did leave one item check that he could have gotten much sooner, which was the Bomber's Medallion for Sahasrahla. You actually got that first, and that put you in go mode ahead of Julloninja. But unfortunately, because he'd found Kane earlier, he got the Misery Mire clear before you, and that gave him the advantage.
Yeah, as you said, I'm not too unhappy with the seed. It was actually quite friendly, besides that Cane of Samaria, but even that wasn't too bad. Well, I had, I think it was my last overworld location. I had 1 chest left, or 1 item left in Swamp Palace on left side, and 1 item left in Ice Palace. Besides that, I checked everything, so yeah, it was a little unfortunate, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think just for completeness purposes, because both of you did check the spots that the other one skipped. I think the item skipped in Ice was Ether. The item skipped in Swamp was a full heart, and the item skipped in Mire was a bee in a bottle. So Alex, this puts you at 3-12. You're out of the tournament, unfortunately. But how'd you like the experience of going through this crazy business?
Well, as you said, I'm quite new to the randomizer community. I've been running a Link to the Past randomizer since I think 6 months now. This was my first tournament, or my first international tournament. I took part in the Gem tournament, and I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, it's good fun. Unfortunately, I really didn't play too well in most of my seats. I had great problems with execution throughout the entire tournament. Even today, I'm not exactly happy with what I did. It wasn't as horrible as in some other games, but it wasn't very good either. And I hope I can improve that for the next tournament and qualify again, because, as I said, it was a really great thing, and yeah, something special to be part of.
At the very least, you managed to get yourself a spot in these group stages ahead of many other people, and that is something to be commended.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Qualifying on its own, considering the process, is a big accomplishment in its own right. So absolutely. But so no, we're glad you had a good time though. And meanwhile, let's see, Jullo, 8-5 now. Just got to keep winning, right?
Just gotta win the next two. There's no more losses I can take, so I'm kind of the decider that goes in.
I think you can take one more loss and still be in the run-off stages, run-off matches for your group. But if you get 2 more wins, you have got that second place secured.
No, today, like, this match was the match I could take a loss in. I had to win against Wong and Schwarz, because they're both 9-5 at the moment. Wins.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is he's got to beat the 2 guys in front of him, because he's got to keep them from 10 wins by any means necessary.
Yeah, they both have 1 game remaining. I assume both of those games are against you, Jullo.
I'm kind of the last game for a lot of people.
So you've got your work cut out for you in the next few games.
I hope my luck improves and I can not almost last location. That'd be nice. I've kind of done that for 4 games in a row now.
So
cool.
I think.
Yeah. That's all right. So your next race is going to be against TRD Wong at 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Is that right?
Yep. Which is like 6 p.m. my time, so that's all good.
Cool. We'll have a crew ready for that. That'll be on Speed Gaming. So if you really want your late night rando, come on by tomorrow morning and wake up to more groupie action.
And may I say, if you don't want to see it on Speed Gaming, you can check it out on Jullo's channel himself. Both these runners, Jullo and Alex, have given us an extremely good race today. Give them a follow on Twitch. I think they've well earned your attention.
Just one thing is, this was my last match for the tournament. I want to mention a really great thank you to everyone involved, like the commentators, the checkers, all the volunteers, the organization staff, everyone. You did a great job, and as I said, I really had a blast.
It was our pleasure. Any final thoughts on the seed from you and Alex?
I can't really think of any. It was, like I said, it was fairly, except, sort of medallion for me, and Kane was pretty nasty, but otherwise it was okay.
Yeah, me neither.
Go on.
I actually didn't have anything to add. Like, you said everything, I guess.
Well, it will. No,
For a good
keep going.
seed tomorrow. I have another Randomizer seed.
All right. Well, cool. Good work. Good work, both of you. Thanks for the great race. And good luck going forward, Jullo.
Yeah, thank you, and thank everyone. Thank you everyone for putting the tournament together. It's been great so far. I hope to make the brackets, but 2 hard matches ahead of me.
So Rando Action is going to continue here on the Speed Gaming network of channels. Speed Gaming 4 is going to have a doubleheader starting at 3:30 Eastern with Data World and Willard J. Bradley. Both of those guys are combined for like 23-2 at this point. So that's going to be a very high-powered match. It's going to be a swordless Ganon seed with a standard start. Let's see. After that, also on Speed Gaming 4 at 6:30, McLagging is going to take on Killer App 23 in another very important match. That's going to be all dungeons Randomizer with a standard start, which means only bosses will be randomized. But that's nerd. For more information on this tournament and others, go to speedgaming.org, and that you'll find the schedule and all the necessary information there. And let's see. That should take care of us for today. Any closing thoughts, Ocelot?
No, this is probably, I think, the third race I've commented today. It was an absolute pleasure, like all of the other races I've commented, and a real privilege to be here commentating the tournament. So thank you for joining me today.
Awesome, cool. So let's see. Follow my broadcast partner, Revolving Ocelot, and our very talented tracker, Mentos Man 8. Thanks for coming in and taking care of the button clicking for us. There we go. Put those links in chat right there. And that's going to take care of us for today. Come on back for more Rando on Speed Gaming 4 at 3:30 Eastern. And have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.